So, Julie, you have been in communication with me for over a year, and you did sign up starting November 1st.
Yeah.
And you are here already in October for your medical tests and stuff. So, what excites you about the wheel? How you were attracted to the concept of wheel?
Well, if you remember, you were going to start in Mexico, and
Yes.
at the time, I think, we were thinking, well, maybe we want to travel from the States and go to Mexico, and so that was kind of interesting. But then when it ended up that you were starting in Malaysia, that just turned out to be perfect. And the whole idea of going to a country that you've never been to before and having the opportunity to go to 4 or maybe more cities or places, beaches, whatever, and stay there for a week at a time, it sounded like such a brilliant idea. And so when it was actually happening in the country we'd already planned to go to, it was a no-brainer for us to
Okay,
say
so
that.
it really, really did this
Synchronicity.
thing. Yes. And, talking about the wheel, so we have this wheel going until August of next year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think I've discussed this with you about this home sharing project we are starting. In this wheel, it's a lot of work for me in terms of going to the 4 cities, finding a place, finding an ambassador, and in the next 4 weeks you are going to go through that experience. At the end of that trip, we'll talk again about your real experience on the wheel. But for me to set it up is I went and stayed in each of those homes. I had to find a person who would act as an ambassador, who would help our residents. So I have come up with a slightly different idea on this whole wheel thing. How we can, a lot of people have asked me, hey, if there was a choice, if I like KL, can I stay for 2 weeks in KL? Instead of having to move after a week. So we've come up with an idea where people who have homes with a spare bedroom and bathroom, they would share that with a traveler, and the traveler advantage is the cost would be much lower. You will have an ambassador under the same roof. Everybody will have their own guardian angel, the ambassador, who would direct you, okay, you can go here, you can go there, go to this restaurant, it's nice. And I can launch the entire Southeast Asia in one go. In each country I will advertise, and people with homes, you don't need much. In every city, 10, 20 people are more than enough. So if I have 4 cities in each country, and I have 10 or 20 in each city, I already have 50, 80 people in that country. So that is what I'm going to do. In the next few weeks, keep tuned, and I'll be announcing that launch of that program. So now let's come to the wheel. We will do an interview after the wheel.
Sure.
Okay.
What are your expectations? You must have seen Peter's interview, who was our first guest.
Yes.
Now you are our second guest. So are there any expectations? Do you know what you are going to go through already? You must have been watching my video on each city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my only expectations really, Iggy, are based upon the place that we just stayed for the last month and the things that didn't measure up. Like there was no coffee table, and there was only 1 spoon, and there was only 1 wine glass, and there were only 2 towels. And so I'm hoping that it's really move-in ready, and that when we get there, we have everything that we need.
Yes.
I'm not going to complain if we don't, but that's the only expectation that I'm feeling.
Hopefully,
from what I've seen in your videos, your accommodations that you've secured are very much of an upgrade over what we spent the last month in, which was completely satisfactory, but not special in any way.
Yes. You will not be disappointed, because each of these 4 cities, the 4 condos, I have gone and stayed there myself for 3-4 days. Langkawi, I went twice, and I made sure that everything, I know what an American, in a typical American home needs. So I made sure, for example, toilet paper. Okay, I've told the ambassadors, Americans would want toilet paper. But at least to start off with, then I tell you always go to the grocery store, you can always buy it.
Yeah.
But when you land there, you don't want to be without toilet paper. Although everybody uses water here, you may not be used to using water. But people in the Southeast Asian countries generally use water. Toilet papers were introduced more for a colder place where water would be very cold. So, but then it became the standard in US.
Yeah.
So I made sure that our American visitors, tourists, who are exploring, they have everything they would find in an American home. And we made sure there were enough table setting for 4 people. So one spoon, you find 4 spoons, 4 forks, 4 spoons, 4 forks, 4 knives. Knives is something you won't find in Asia. Not all places will give you knives. Some places might. In the restaurants especially, people here eat with a spoon and a fork.
You're talking about dinner knives, not necessarily knives for cooking.
Cooking knives will be there. I'm talking about table setting. Table setting. So we made sure all that is there. So anyway, after you finish through your wheel, we will have another interview where you tell me so that we could improve our operations.
I think you call it a bum gun.
The bum gun. It's called a bum gun.
Okay. Actually, we had that in Egypt as well.
Yes. The Asian and all the cultures, generally they use water.
Yeah.
Water. It's America and Europe, because of the colder regions, is the toilet paper was introduced. So you will end your wheel starting tomorrow after 4 weeks. So what is your next plan? From Langkawi, where are you going next?
So we will go from Langkawi to Vietnam, another country we have never been to before.
And you are going to fly out of Langkawi to Vietnam.
Yes.
And which town in Vietnam?
Da Nang.
Da Nang. Yes, I see Dan promoting Da Nang a lot. He likes it.
Maybe that's why we're going. Thanks, Dan.
Dan has influenced all of us.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting in Vietnam, because Vietnam is on our radar. So how long are you going to be in Vietnam?
1 month again.
1 month. So you were 1 month in Kuala
33
Lumpur.
days.
Yeah.
1 month in Kuala Lumpur. 1 month you're going to be on a wheel in the whole of Malaysia, starting from Johor Bahru, Kuala Lumpur, 1 week again, Penang and Langkawi.
Yeah.
And then 1 month, the whole 1 month you're staying in Da Nang.
Yes.
Okay. And after Vietnam, where next?
The Philippines. We're going
The Philippines. How long?
We'll be there for also 1 month or 30 days, I think. And
Okay.
we're going to Cebu, but we're also going to go to Boracay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Philippines, there is an interesting story, John. You want to tell us about your Philippine connection?
I'll try and make a long story very short.
Okay.
There's a small village on Mactan Island, which is on Cebu.
Okay.
It's where the airport's located, but on the other side of the island. Very small village that my sister visited when she was a teenager. Met a Filipino girl who was not able to go to school because she couldn't afford it. And my sister started sponsoring this girl to keep her in school through high school.
Okay.
Well, this girl had friends who also needed help. My sister found friends who were willing to help. And over 25 years, this turned into a privately funded and privately administered, basically an aid program for this one little village in the Philippines. It was extreme.
One elementary school.
One elementary school was extremely poor, but my family, friends' families, the American school in Tokyo had a relief club to support this effort and put, 50 to 100 people through high school, many through college, developed a neonatal program in the village for, mother's health, started running a clinic, created a hot lunch program at the elementary school, where at its height they were feeding 700 students a day a free hot lunch, all through sponsorship, which my parents administered while they were alive, without taking any administration costs. So anyway, it turned out to be kind of a special relationship between my family and this village. My brother, who was a teacher when he retired, moved there and eventually passed away there. But it's a place we'll visit when we go back. Because
so you said your brother and your parents are all now, after they passed on, they're buried there?
My mother and my brother and my sister are memorialized in the garden of the elementary school.
Of the elementary school. Yeah. And that's very great that, you know, I was just telling that story to somebody a couple of days ago. They were so impressed. They said, you know, that's the kind of work we really need to be doing. And when they heard that your family had done it, they really was very impressed. And I hope many people who listen to us could come together to do something, you know.
You never know.
Okay.
It was kind of an accident. We just fell into it.
Yeah, well,
Couldn't
it's
stop.
a good accident. Okay, so now you have been here in Malaysia for a month. Let's talk about the foods here. Food, alcohol, the whole food scene, you know. What is the best food you ever had here?
I like all the food here. We seem to be rotating between Indian influences, Chinese influences, and native Malaysian influences. They're all different, but they're all delicious.
You like all of them?
I do.
Okay.
At least much of it is a bit spicy, which I like.
Okay.
It's relatively inexpensive compared to meals out in the United States, so it seems like a good value.
Yeah. In fact, today when I offered them, do you want to go to a Chinese place which is on the right side of my house, or an Indian place which is on the left side of my house, they finally chose Indian, and I took them to a place which is a banana leaf food, and you know, we had a regular banana leaf unlimited vegetarian food with 3 or 4 vegetables, rice, different kinds of curries.
It's really good.
Fried fish each,
Yeah.
and mango lassi each.
Mango lassi.
And the whole bill was about 60 ringgits. That's about $15 for 3 of us. That's
crazy.
$5 per lunch.
Wow.
And the lunch was so much that one meal should have been enough for the whole day.
It should have been.
All day. But we have our friend here who cooked delicious Filipino food.
Filipino food for dinner, so that was a little bit of a special treat because we hadn't had that for some time.
Now, I have been suggesting that, okay, a meal should cost you about $5 for lunch, $5 for dinner. Did you go to any expensive places during your 1 month stay?
No, I can't say we went to any place that was terribly expensive. We did do some hotel buffets.
Okay.
And high teas.
And high teas, which here doesn't seem to be like a high tea in Britain. It seems to be like a hotel buffet.
Buffet, lunch or dinner, yeah.
A full menu of everything. And those maybe in the $10 or $12 price range.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
it's more expensive compared to $5.
Well, it was a hotel and it was, you know, a full buffet of all you can eat.
It's worth the price.
It was.
Worth the
It
price.
was.
But it's not something we can spend on every day.
No, and we could have eaten a lot cheaper. We've gotten in the habit of making our own breakfast and going out for a larger meal in the late afternoon. And I know at many of those meals, I've ordered 2 things and really filled myself.
Okay.
If I had behaved like a normal person and ordered 1 thing, my meal expenses would have even been less than they were. maybe $3-4 for a meal many times.
And what was your food? What
Well,
did you like?
Well, I have a little problem with some things being too spicy for me.
Indian food is little.
Sometimes. So I try to ask, but if I put yogurt on it, or I have a mango lassi or something like that, a lot of rice.
Today's lunch wasn't too spicy.
No, it
but
was
you had a
like-
mango lassi that
Yeah.
tempered it down.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to Vietnam
Yeah.
after the wheel, it's going to be totally different food.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. Vietnam. I don't know. Maybe is it more seafood or maybe?
Well,
In Da Nang, there may be more seafood options,
Hmm.
maybe more vegetable options.
Hmm.
I don't expect it will be as spicy as,
Yes,
as
it's not in Vietnam.
here.
Thai may be spicy, but Vietnam may not be
Yes.
that spicy. Now, you stayed here for a month in Malaysia, rented a place.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to list the best parts of Malaysia you like and the not so best part of Malaysia you like, you want to go, Julie?
I really am surprised at the climate. I was expecting it to be, I was expecting it to be like Guam. And Guam, the heat just really hits you. It's so humid, so hot. And that happened a little bit here, but we've also had some rain, and it's cooled things off. And every day, there's been a period of at least an hour so I can go swimming. So I really enjoyed that. I mean, I think I could live here. It's comfortable.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you definitely considering Malaysia as one of your picks for long-term retirement?
Okay. We are not considering any long-term retirement yet.
Okay.
We are avoiding that question.
You just
But-
want to travel.
But when it's time to make that choice, I think Malaysia will be on the list of places to choose from. And other places, we may discover other places also.
Yes.
I found Malaysia very easy to be here. The language was good because so many people spoke decent English. The food was good. Prices were relatively reasonable.
Healthcare is good.
Healthcare is good. During our short time here as basically visitors, we actually met quite a few local people through friends of friends or other connections, and got to do some things with people, Malaysian, American, British people who are actually long-term residents here. And going out and doing things with residents is different than just being a tourist.
Yes.
You get more of a comfort level of being familiar with things and taking us around places and showing us things from their lives here. So it was an overall very good experience.
So the expats you met, the American expats and British expats, are they all very happy and comfortable in Malaysia?
Not all, that's true. We met one person who's been here for a number of months, committed to stay a year. She seems a little bit unhappy with her choices.
Unhappy with any particular aspect?
I think the accommodation she committed to is in an area that she's finding inconvenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably one of her
And
big frustrations.
I think there's a problem for trying to rent a motorcycle here for foreigners, or buy a motorcycle.
In general, in a foreign country, if you can avoid renting, okay, it's better to avoid because Grab is so cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, so but in some places, I don't know, maybe Vietnam, Thailand, I see a lot of shows where people have been renting two-wheelers,
Yeah.
but you also have to be a little wary about it because there are lots of horror stories also. When you come back and they'll say, hey, you damaged this part, this wasn't there before, you have to pay us $2,000, something, things like that. So in Malaysia, in general, you can rent a car very easily for 100 ringgits, that's $25, including insurance. You just put gas and pay the toll. It's very easy. There's something called So Car. It's basically it's something like Airbnb. people who own cars
Oh, I
will
see.
give out their car for a
Right,
day, and that's a very interesting
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
So what else was there?
Well,
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
say that she did reiterate many times that she thought the people here were wonderful. And that's also been our experience.
Yeah.
Just everybody that we've had to deal with has just been lovely and kind and thoughtful and accommodating and, you know.
So, so you all the in your experience, you said good things. Anything you wish was different in Malaysia?
I wish that I spoke more of the local languages just because I like to be able to communicate with people. But I did have some positive experience with one Grab driver who was Chinese, and I said the few words I knew in Chinese, and he looked so happy. So if I lived here, I definitely would learn a few more words.
There are
Yeah.
lots of places where there's free classes for Mandarin and Malay and Indian. You, John, any other than your mugging, or any other things you would have wished to be better?
Wish to be better.
Oh, maybe closer to a subway.
Well, the location we chose for our apartment, not knowing, was not particularly convenient to the public transportation.
Okay.
It would have been a 15-minute or longer walk to get to either the monorail or the metro.
Okay.
So I would choose a location more convenient to public transit next time. But that's not a problem with Malaysia. That was, I got such a good deal on this accommodation that
And Grab.
and Grab was perfect. So
So yeah, very, very reasonable. The other thing I wanted to ask you was, with your 1 month stay here so far, what kind of, other than your medical expenses, what was your budget? Was it within the framework of what you thought it will be, still living in Malaysia?
I think we could do better, if we were here for a longer term. Although I think we got a fairly good deal on a 1 month accommodation. We paid a little bit under $600 for, let's call it a small 1-bedroom apartment.
So
50 square meters.
It's about 2,400 ringgits.
Something
like that. Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
What was your food costs?
Food cost, both some groceries, which was mainly breakfast foods, and some meals out, probably $400 for
About $400 for the food, so about 600 plus 400, 1,000. What was your commuting, traveling expenses on Grab or train?
What was our total?
150.
Under 150.
100, under 150. So that makes it 1150 so far. And do you all drink?
We got some alcohol at duty free on the way in.
Okay.
And bought a couple bottles of wine in grocery stores.
Yeah.
So
Did you visit any bars here?
No, we did not.
Okay.
So we probably spent under $200 on.
Okay. How
alcohol.
was your the wine you bought? Was it of a good quality? You liked it?
It was Chilean wine of grocery store quality.
Chilean wine,
Yeah.
Not special.
not the Walmart $2 chuck,
Well, that would have been good
Traders
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't great. I actually,
Was it expensive and not great, or
it was 55
ringgits?
Yeah,
So that's about $15, $14.
so not expensive.
Not expensive,
No.
but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think I know I drank less this month because we knew it would be, either expensive or hard to get or not reliable if we bought cheap stuff. And it was actually probably healthier for me to cut down. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
it's fine.
And also, you wanted to have your hair cut. Did you have your hair cut?
I had my hair cut, which was 15 ringgit. So that would have been, what, $3.75?
Yes,
$3.50.
about $3-4, yeah.
But, my haircut is not a very...
Istanbul saved me. I had a hair transplant in Istanbul last year, about a couple of years ago.
They don't do that here?
They do, but Istanbul is the world capital for hair transplant.
I didn't realize
Really.
that.
If you go there, you'll see everybody with a hair transplant.
And you can have baklava there.
So we will talk again after the end of your
That would be
wheel.
great.
And I wish you safe travels. Now, you are going to take a bus to Johor Bahru
Bus to Johor Bahru,
and then back bus
bus back,
to KL.
and then for variety, we're going to take a train up to Penang,
From KL to Penang is train.
and then fly from Penang to Langkawi, because it's only a 30-minute flight. It's
Yes, 30
the most
minutes.
efficient way to get there.
Right. And then from Langkawi, you're flying to Da Nang.
Flying to
Vietnam.
Da Nang, yes.
Okay. Safe travels. I wish you all the
Thank
best.
you.
And look forward to meeting you next week when you are on your KL stop. And then we'll do an interview a couple of days before you leave Langkawi.
Okay.
And thank you very much for coming on the
Thank
show.
you, Iggy.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Iggy, very much.